Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
Girls are more attracted to men whose intentions are unclear or their feelings are unclear. And if you're just yapping, they kind of know where you're at.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're saying be a little more mysterious?
Yes. Yes, yeah. It's proven. It's scientifically proven.
If they act like they don't want to fuck me,
they act what?
Like they don't want to fuck me.
Yeah.
That's like probably the one thing that might make me horny.
Oh my goodness. Or
really?
If they just wave a lot of money in front of your face, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Welcome to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy. Here's your host, Marcus.
Welcome to another episode of Secrets of a Sugar Daddy, the number one sugar dating podcast in the world, where we pull back the curtains on the good and the bad and the shocking stories of sugar dating. I've got a couple of guests in today, a couple sugar babies, so we're going to get to them in a minute. And I've got some shocking things that are happening to me, and it definitely has something to do with sugar dating. I'll get you filled in a minute, but I am in a situation, and it's ongoing, and I'll get to the details. But first, Sugarpalooza 7 is right around the corner, November 14th through 16th. Bryan Adams and Pat Benatar. So Amy was in my office today, and she's like, I don't know who Bryan Adams is. And so I played her like 7 songs, and she's like, oh, I know that one. Oh, I know that one. I know that one. She just didn't know the name of the artist. They're great songs. And then I'm like, oh, and Pat Benatar is opening up. Hey, I don't know any of her songs. So I played her, Hit Me With Your Best Shot, Heartbreak, or all these great classic 80s songs. And, of course, she knew them all. So she actually may show up. I don't know. We'll see. But even if you're not into the music, the party is off the hook. It's going to be a great time. But we're going to have private suite for that concert. Actually, 2 private suites. All you can eat, all you can drink, pre-party, mixer. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a brunch on Sunday, and it's really casual. And then we'll say our goodbyes to everybody. And I have a lot of new and old friends for life. So if you want to apply for that, go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, hit the party tab. The applications are alive right now, and you want to get in on that, I promise you. And plus, the weather in Arizona in mid-November is ideal. Probably some of the best weather in the country. I would liken it to like Hawaii. The highs are going to be in the 70s, lows in the 60s, 50s, maybe. I don't know, but it's just fantastic weather. So you're going to take part in that. We'll watch it rain all weekend. Anyway, and if you're a Patreon member, you're going to get priority judging if you submit an application. But we would love anybody to be a Patreon member. I just threw out some free stuff today to our free members, and we do value you. But the tiers open up everything to the site as low as $10 a month. Now, January 2026, those rates are going to be changing. But if you sign up now, you're locked in. I can't adjust your rate at all. So if you're at $10 a month, you will stay at $10 a month, which is really nice. The coaching and profile reviews are $25 a month and $75 a month, depending on how much you need and want. Or if you just want to be a baller and support the show, we really appreciate that. So go to patreon.com/Secrets of a Sugar Daddy podcast. Okay, you know what? I'll let them comment on my situation, but I've got Allie back. Welcome, Allie.
Hello.
She was just on last week's episode, and we had a lot of fun talking about her Mile High Club she joined.
I couldn't stay away from the podcast. I had to come right back.
Yeah, if you guys didn't catch that episode, catch it. It's a good one. And then we've got Paige in the house. She's a return guest. You've been with us once, I think, on the podcast before.
Yes, I have.
And You are local. You're in Phoenix, and I appreciate you guys coming into the studio. It's always a better experience here. Now, Paige has been to a few Sugar Paloozas, as Allie has too. We talked about last week. And you've had some pretty interesting experiences there. What do you think?
Oh, the parties are the best.
Yeah?
Yes.
You think they are?
Yes.
I think they are too.
They just are, I don't know, the most memorable experiences over my past the year. Yeah, just great friends, great conversations, and really like meaningful. Like you feel like I walk away and I'm just like a ball of love.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
So much fun.
You know, I always talk about this. I did it as an experiment back in 2022 for the Dua Lipa concert, and I invited all these sugar babies into this suite, and I was just going to see what happened. And by God, they all became really good friends, and they exchange numbers, and they keep in touch, and they talk about situations with each other, and they don't care like what political side they're on, what religious side they're on. They're experiencing this lifestyle together, and it's refreshing and very entertaining that we could experience that.
I think it's just so remarkable because if you would say that to anybody else, you know, getting a bunch of women together in a group.
Yeah.
And even in my past, in, you know, personal life, I don't tend to hang out with a lot of women. They're all great. And I think it's because we all know that we attract different men. We've all experienced different, like we have different pluses about our personalities.
Yeah.
And that's what this kind of brings out. It's like people are together for, you find the good in people.
And you find that you can be really honest with people and
Yes.
talk to them, and they're not going to judge you.
No judging.
Yeah, it's great.
No judging.
All right, Paige, you were on our show many, many months ago. So let's get a little refresher of your background and kind of go from there. I remember you're from up north, and you've lived in Arizona how long?
I moved here in 2019, so right
Okay.
before COVID.
So you've been here about 6 years.
Yeah.
And you are how old?
I just turned 42 last
You
week.
did?
Yes, I did.
Wow. You're in really good shape. You work out a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I enjoy it. So I can't like claim like I have this discipline or anything. It's what I do.
There's a little bit of a obsession with working out.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why do you think that's an obsession for you? You get into a different space when you're at the gym, or what goes on in your head?
I've always done it. So I'm just very comfortable with it. It's where the gym is not scary to me. Lifting is not scary. The moves are very known. And so it's like, it's a comfortable space for me to be in. And like my mom was an aerobics instructor.
Okay.
I used to go and like, I can't do an 8 count. Like I can't, like she, you know, but
You can't do what?
an 8 count.
Oh,
Because that's what all like step classes and everything are based off of. But always been athletic and fit. And I think it's just like what grounds me in some way. You know, you go back to what you're used to.
Do you ever meet guys at the gym?
I met I didn't meet my last real like monogamous boyfriend at the gym, but he was a trainer and he did the whole 6 meals a day bodybuilding type like thing. And I understood it. You know, I wasn't judgy of it. Whereas I think that could have been like, you know, so we had that, it was a commonality. I don't eat 6 meals a day, but at least I understood why he did it. Other than that, no. It's not like, I like people that like to be active. Sure.
Well, I'm in the gym every day.
Sure.
Pretty much. I'll skip maybe one day a week. A lot of times I don't want to be there, but afterwards I'm glad I did it. It's one of those things.
Yeah. I don't like talk about it a lot because I feel like people don't want to hear about it from somebody that looks like me. Like well, of course, you know, because I am rather fit and thin and whatever. So I don't preach.
Yeah.
You know?
Allie, what's your thoughts on the gym? Do you attend much or?
Well,
Because we're getting a little older.
I've been in the fitness industry for about 13 years, so that's part of the job that I do, and I've had an evolution of that job. You know, my day job that I've done for a long time. So I do teach fitness classes and I do stuff like that, and I usually work out at home now because I have a home gym, but I would say that my dedication to my workouts varies by what else is going on in my life. So if I'm really busy with something else, then I'll probably work out a little less. But, I still think it's a important thing, definitely. And
yeah, it's important. The reason I bring it up and wanted to go in depth on it is because it's an important part of dating. Like, you want to be attractive to your partner. You don't want to be some overweight slob. I'm sorry if you are right now, but you don't have to be, right? For the most part. There's issues. But I was overweight. And when I got single, I'm like, well, who's going to be attracted to this dad bod? Come to find out, if you have money, dad bod is kind of, you get a little slide on that. But you definitely want to be in shape because you've worked all your life, or you're working hard and you want to enjoy it. You don't want to go to the grave early. Also, too, it makes your day better to be healthy.
It gives you stamina for extracurricular activities.
That's true too.
That is true. Yeah. So there's a lot of great reasons why you need to take care of yourself. I just did a 72-hour fast.
Yeah, that's something that I just don't think I could do.
that was not easy, but
Did you
lost
have water?
Huh?
Water?
Yeah, no, I had water.
Okay.
It wasn't, it was just basically, that's the only thing I had. I had no calories for 3 days. I lost 10 pounds. I still worked out. By the 72nd hour, I was getting a little dizzy. And then I finally had breakfast this morning. It just ended this morning.
Oh, wow.
So I had some bone broth and then some breakfast. But I'm liking my 10 pounds that I lost in like 3 days. And now I'm really motivated to keep it off and to even get down to another 5 pounds or so by Sugarpalooza 7.
That's hardcore, but you're looking good. I'm glad you're feeling good.
I feel like my face is thinned out a little bit. I mean, I've gotten comments. I don't know if it has or not, but I feel good. And I just think it's important, especially if you're dating, and even if you're not, if you're married or whatever, it is important to keep yourself healthy.
I do have a question about it. Like, how was your sleep?
Okay. I felt like I needed to take a nap during the day because I just didn't have a lot of energy. Mm-hmm. And then at night, I found myself going to bed earlier, but then I woke up in the middle of the night tossing and turning. It wasn't really from hunger pains. It was just the changes in my body, I think.
Yeah, I've heard that you can have issues with your sleep while you're doing that. And
But then, in the afternoon, I'd take a nap. Fortunately, I work from home and I work for myself. So I asked my boss if I could go take an hour nap, and he said yes.
Right.
But that's kind of some issues, that we had.
But you didn't get dizzy until the very end?
No, and the reason was because I was working out. But I still went and hit golf balls at 105-degree weather for an hour every day. I still pretty much maintained my lifestyle. I didn't change it.
You didn't have any salt?
Yeah, I had salt.
Okay, you had some element or something in your
water?
I
had some sea salt and some water and some lemon.
I don't want anybody doing this and having cramps and spasming by just drinking straight old water.
You know what we did? Alejandra did it with me. We both did it. And she basically went into ChatGPT, typed in the program, and we also have an app that we downloaded. Let me pull up the app. It was called Fasty, Fasty.
Sure.
So anyway, there was an app that we did, and it gives you a roadmap of how to do it correctly.
I've done intermittent, or the intermittent fasting thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I did it for years. Like, waited until 2 or 3 to have my first meal.
Yeah,
but then I would have to say about 8 months ago or something. I started feeling really crappy in the mornings.
Yeah.
And then I researched it, and for women, there are certain things like your hormones and other things can kind of go up. But I loved it when it was working because it was great that I didn't have to pack stuff to bring to, or just think about it. And before I was always I would be up and down, hypoglycemic all the time. And as soon as you kind of get into that groove, that went away completely. And I felt like I had this control over my body in a different way when I was able to sustain throughout the morning without feeling like crap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, very good. So we touched on that, and I think it's very important to keep yourself healthy, basically.
For sure.
And so there's something that I've been doing. There's something that Paige has been doing, Allie too. You just try not to let your body get away from you. It's easy to eat junk food. Oh my God. So this girl that came to our party, she was posting that Cheez-Its, little crackers, they came out with a new flavor that was called Baconator.
Oh, gosh.
And it's patterned after the Wendy's Baconator, right? So people on social media have been finding those Cheez-Its and putting them in the burger, the actual Baconator burger, and eating them. So she posted all these videos of her going to all these stores. She finally found them, and she was doing the same thing. I'm watching that going, oh my God, that looks so good. It looks so good.
That's crazy.
But I just
Some
can't
people
imagine how
love
many
food and their
calories.
hobbies. Food hobbies are a thing.
Yeah.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Let's talk about your sugar dating life. Well, first of all, let me ask you about this. Your hair is purple.
Yeah.
What inspired you to be purple hair today?
You know, I used to be a very, very redheaded kid.
Uh-huh.
And it faded. And when I lived in Wisconsin, nobody colored their hair.
Yeah.
Like very just plain Jane. And moving down to Arizona, it just kind of felt like a freer space. And I love purple. I just
There
love
you go.
the color.
Okay.
So it just gave me some expression.
Do you find that, because it's definitely different, so it gets you attention. Have you found that you've gotten more attention since you colored your hair from, I'm assuming it was blonde?
Yeah. So you know, dye it or bleach it blonde for the purple really to show out anyway.
Okay.
So like I did bleach it and then I would leave it blonde for a little bit. I get a lot of compliments on the purple, and I was just around my mom and dad last weekend because they came for my birthday. My mom just doesn't really like it at all because she's like, you had such red hair. And I was like, well, it's not red anymore. So maybe I'm doing it because I used to get compliments on my red hair. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does provide some attention.
Yeah, I bet it does. Now, Allie, you're kind of a, what are you, dishwater blonde? What would you call it? No, I don't know.
She's got long.
I'm blonde,
she's got
blonde.
Just blonde,
hair,
blonde.
though.
Blonde.
You ever do any colors?
Oh, I tried red once. People liked that for a while, but I'm not really a high upkeep hair girl. I get my hair cut like once every 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Once every 2 years?
Something like that. Honestly,
Wow.
my hairdresser is like, I never see you. And I'm like, well, next time I chop my hair all the way off, you'll see me then, and then I'll grow it out for another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Funny thing about Paige, we went out one night and we decided to go dancing at this small little dive bar in Old Town Scottsdale called the Rusty Spur, I believe.
I'm not sure on the name. It was just
The Rusty
It was
Spur.
country, and it was great.
Yeah, and who did we run into? Paige. You were with some guy there.
I was.
Was this a seeking guy, or who was
He
this?
is somebody that I met through a site called SDM. Is that one that
Sugar Daddy Meat.
or whatever the SDM? Yeah. So I met him through that, and we have really just become like, I would say we're more boyfriend girlfriend than
Really?
Yeah.
So you're still dating this guy?
I am. I see him as regularly as possible. Like we'll get together. He, will take me out to dinner at fancy restaurants, and he pays for everything when we go. But from the jump, he was one of the guys who's like, well, I usually never have to pay for it.
Oh, he's one of those guys.
He is, but he is charismatic and he is fun. I enjoy being around him. And so like we've kind of just developed into this relationship, and, as long as he's not jealous, and we've gone through a few of those conversations, because he's also there's also the fact that he's not my political party. So there are certain topics that we have to just kind of table.
You have to agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's from here. And so I found like has different worldviews too. Like people around here, like just the haves and the have-nots. We go to like different places and
Interesting.
yeah,
So how much older is he than you?
10 years probably.
He's 10, so there's a 10-year age gap. And what industry is he in?
He is in the education.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a sugar daddy, huh? Well, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah. So I know Allie, we talked about last week, she started on seeking or started sugar dating. And first few guys, she's like, well, where's the sugar, right? And like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it how many people were on sites that I thought were well known to be sugar sites. And they were essentially like, no, I just want to pay for dinners and take you out. And it wasn't until later that I really thought about it. But it's like, how is that different than regular dating, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of guys that use the sugar dating sites as regular dating. And you know what? Some girls are fine with it. And it sounds like, Paige, you met him and you're like, okay, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I think if he would have been like, no, you can't see other people, like that would have been, that.
If
but
he wanted
at
you
least
as an exclusive
Yes,
relationship, then you're like, yeah.
because I was in it for like some financial
Sure.
reasons, I wanted to make some money. So as long as he was good with that and like he was. So,
And I agree. I think it really matters. It comes down to what's up front. Like if you discuss something up front, I had one guy that was very upfront about it and I kind of still went for it. But I had two other guys who were not upfront and they were offering things that it wasn't clear at the beginning that they weren't actually willing to do that. And so if you have an agreement between two people, it doesn't matter what it is exactly, as long as it doesn't change on you without them telling you, right? They just kind of decide, okay, I'm not going to start giving you anything and stringing you along. And of course, that's up to the girl too. Like, how long does she want to be strung along? But I kind of allowed it longer than I should have at the beginning. And that was, I think, something that made me upset.
Part of the learning process.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so have you guys had the talk about being non-monogamous? Oh, there's a big hesitation there.
So I was pretty much seeing two people, actually. Like I had another guy who I had met adjacent to the sugar world. Pretty much, I've been in the sugar world for a year, and it's been great. I have made so many friends and connections. And I was seeing this guy and another guy that weren't sugar. Mm-hmm. And I've had a few sugars that have come and gone, and like only one real consistent one that I see once a week. But the other guy recently started getting jealous. Not saying he was jealous, because there's a thing with guys who think they're not jealous, but it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck.
Right.
It is jealousy. It just didn't work. And as of last night, I don't think I'm ever going to hear from him again. And he
really,
yeah, he actually came to Nashville for my birthday last week with me. He wanted to be number one and didn't believe that he was, and I'm like, I don't have a number one really. And both of these people, and I don't want to cut either of you out. And if, it's a tough thing because the world is so still pushing the monogamy thing, mm-hmm. or at least like you should have a one. You should have a number one.
Yeah, that's how we grow up. Mm-hmm. Find that your partner, settle down, get married, have a couple kids, live happily ever after. Mm-hmm. We talked about that last week too. I just found that it wasn't working for anybody that I knew. Well, very few people.
And if you are having kids and you are starting a family, and that's a different story. I mean, at 42, I don't have kids. Mm-hmm. And I have already done the relationship thing with, the monogamy thing. And each time I lose almost everybody. Like everybody else kind of gets cut out of your life in some way, shape, or form. And I kind of made a vow after my last one that I was not going to cut out good people that I love, that like are good to me. I'm not cutting them out of my life anymore.
Yeah. Allie, what's your experience on that?
Yeah, like you said, we did mention a little bit in the last podcast, but I also have a long history of developing my polyamorous lifestyle, and I feel like there's plenty of room to keep everybody in. And I just, I'm kind of like what she said. I don't want to have to cut somebody out. And I want to be open and honest with the people close to me. So being able to have that conversation is important, and just being able to be honest.
I think there's something to, I don't view sex as this huge connection, this thing that like makes two people more connected than other people. And so I think that it is just a part of a relationship, some relationships, and mostly with men, they want sex. So, and
Men are designed
Yes,
to,
yes.
the urges to start building up and then, yeah.
But it's not like that makes me feel any more loved or like that I'm giving. If I like them, if I love them and it makes them happy, like, to be perfectly honest, I could give or take like sex. It's not, I wish I had a drive. I don't know what happened to it, but it's just been.
So you feel like your drive's a little diminished now?
I don't think I have truly been horny for like 2 years.
Really?
Yes.
Do you think there's an imbalance with something?
And I've been saying
Because you're 42.
This so much. Yeah.
I'm telling you, at 42, those women, a lot of those women are peak.
Yeah. I probably should go get my like levels checked and see what's going on. But yeah, I've had like my last monogamous relationship wasn't that great. It kind of turned into something like that I should have just ended sooner. And I think that there was some forced like sexual, not him being like rapey or anything.
Just made you feel like you needed to.
I was doing it out of obligation more than anything for too long and not enjoying it. And so I think that there's probably some residual crap there for sure. Yeah.
Well, that's not the only part of a relationship, but it's a big part of it. So that must be a struggle for you.
Well, so I think I did the sugar thing because partly if I was going to have, be intimate with men, I, wanted an incentive, and I am attracted to money. And I don't know if I've heard that is a thing, right? I don't know what it is, the word for being like making money, turning you on, or...
There is a word for it. I don't know what it is.
Oh my gosh, we need to figure that out.
Yeah, it's like one of those.
Google it.
Yeah. It did, or getting gifts or being like that sort of thing. I guess my love language is gifts. And because I didn't have any of that growing up. I think that touch is definitely not my love language.
Yeah.
So
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I saw a funny meme this morning, actually, and it says, if you love money and then you marry for the money, then actually you're marrying for love.
Sure.
Right?
It connects. It definitely connects. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've heard this all our life. Money isn't everything, but it sure makes the world go around a little better. And you should always have a desire to improve yourself and to, seek success. And then usually with some success, money follows. Does it buy happiness? It just depends on where you shop, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? But
I found the word, by the way.
yeah, what is it?
Google says it's timophilia, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, I've heard that
Is there
before.
one that's like hypergamy?
Well, hypergamy is basically dating up. Oh, so that's hypergamy is the word that Seeking uses now to describe what they're doing, which is providing a platform for people to find a older, successful person.
Okay.
That's hypergamy, basically. Yeah.
And also when I started, I was like...
new age words.
Yeah, just wanting to find men that had a 401k that was equal to or greater than mine and were successful.
Yeah.
And I was not finding that.
Well, that's actually a very natural thing that most women look for in a man, is some form of success, right?
Right. It's very attractive.
Yeah.
It's very attractive.
And that's why I knew as early as high school, I knew as early as junior high that I needed to do something with myself to attract the type of woman that I wanted, because I saw them even as early as junior high. I saw them dating the football star, or somebody that came from a wealthy family. And I'm like, damn, I need to up my game.
But those men probably didn't have much. I mean, like the football star I wonder where he is today. And the kid that had money from his parents,
true.
where is he?
I know.
Those people.
But if you see any professional athlete, any musician, any actor at an event, and they're with a woman, it's on their arm, there's a caliber of woman that's usually on their arm.
True.
That is not average. They're way above average. And so if you're wanting to get above average, man, you got to do something with your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you really do. Sorry.
Well,
sorry for the bad news.
Yeah, the one guy who is in education, like, he is a very good speaker and very, like, gregarious and charismatic. Yeah, that is super
and
attractive.
that's fun to be around.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if you don't have money or success, you better be fucking funny. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better have a pretty
Sense
good
of humor, that's up there.
humor and make the girl laugh, and then she'll kind of forget about how thin your wallet is. Right?
True.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
Okay, so your current guy now, what are his thoughts on this polyamory stuff?
So I think at the beginning, he was pretty turned off by it, or just like uneasy about it.
Did you guys have a sit-down discussion, or is this just things coming up through conversation here and there?
Things coming up through conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, and him, I would pull it out of him too. I would be like, let's, if you're uncomfortable, let's talk about this, because I want you to know that I really like you. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm choosing you, to see you and spend time with you. The thing is too, like, out of these two, he's going to remain, and he can keep remaining. Like, if he's,
right.
Down the road, like, I would love it if I was still, like, hanging out with him on the weekends and going on to see, we go dance at Walter Warehouse. I
love that place.
We do these fun things, and he's the one that introduced me to that sort of stuff. And so I'm like, I would love it if we're doing that when we're in our 70s. Like, I don't see why we can't. Mm-hmm. What would be the reason why? Like, if there's a woman that comes around that you just can't get enough of, and she wants to be monogamous, I want him to be happy. Like, I truly do. So I'm not keeping him from dating other people. He doesn't keep me from doing the sugar. And it's not like I'm really looking for another, like, non-sugar person.
Yeah. No, that would be a little complicated there.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of girls are in that spot where their guy is okay with them going out on sugar dates, but not a vanilla date, because they don't want that person in a romantic situation. They really want them more on a situation where they're just kind of having dinner with a guy and doing whatever is approved, and then they come home at night, or they come back to that person. They're number one.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of an issue with that with me, because there might be something that this one doesn't like to do.
Yeah.
The education he doesn't like to do, or the political topics that I like to talk about. And so if somebody else comes into my life, I just have space for that. I could totally keep loving him and foster something else, as long as the other guy doesn't start cutting out him. And that's where you just I have to set up boundaries and be up in front and honest with whoever is in my life that, I don't know, but you're not going to be number one. Are you okay with that? Like, I don't have a number one. I don't want to have to claim a number one.
Mm. So, Allie, you and I had some ice cream after our show last week.
Ooh.
Yes, we did.
You remember what my favorite flavor was? I told you. You probably don't.
I
but
did. I did remember, and then I forgot.
It's mint. I love mint chip.
Mint was your favorite.
Mint's
now
my
I'm
favorite.
not guessing. Yeah, I don't remember that,
But did I have mint last week?
No.
No. I had some of the flavors of the week or whatever it was, the flavors of the month, because it was a little different and I wanted to try something new, and I really enjoyed those. And I'm sure glad I don't have to eat mint ice cream every single day.
I totally follow your point.
Right? Yeah. I used to own an ice cream parlor when I was in my 20s, and we served Bluebell ice cream in Texas, and Bluebell has all these great flavors. And mint chocolate chip was always my favorite, but man, sometimes I liked strawberry, sometimes I liked chocolate.
Yeah.
Butter pecan was great.
Or a sundae of sorts.
Yeah. I mean, there's just
Put
all
them all
kinds of
together
combinations.
in one bowl.
With popcorn on top. Thank you very much.
But it's really, really tough because mint chocolate chip is absolutely fantastic to me, but it doesn't fill all of my desires, right?
No.
Right? So,
And no one person can.
And
that's what we're getting at, yeah.
we wished we could find that all-encompassing person, but I don't know if that exists. I really don't. And I think it's valuable that you do hang out with other people because you garner
Yeah.
something different from that person than you do the other person. And I just find myself really taking in what that person has to offer. And Alejandra and I talk about this a lot because we're in a little bit of a situation where we've been together now 3.5 years. We were non-exclusive for a little over a year and a half. And then we became exclusive. And then after like 7 months, we went back non-exclusive. And we love each other and we really enjoy each other, but I still like to meet people. And I told her I felt like when we were exclusive, like I just felt like I was so tied down and I just wasn't experiencing life like I was before.
Yeah, completely.
And am I wrong? Am I wrong for having those feelings? I don't know. It's a tough thing because I don't want to offend her and I want her to feel loved, but I also really enjoy the company of this other person because they bring something different to the table.
You're not doing it to
Get away from
get
her.
away from her.
Or
That's
because
the
she's
thing.
not.
It's
Right.
There's no malintent. There's no like, man, I wish she could do. It's all just, no, this is my personality now, and I want to experience more people, get to know more people,
And just
it
be
should
natural.
it has no it has no ill effect of that, and it shouldn't.
Sometimes it can even kind of help a relationship
Yeah.
too. Like for me, I notice that when I'm free, I am so much more into the partner that I have too. Like the partner that I, already have, if I feel free to do whatever I want. And, I'm not like meeting 5 new people a week. That's not what I'm doing, but it's just nice to just be able to feel free to have whatever natural relationship you want to have without the fear of I'm going to break up with my partner if I go have a drink with somebody else.
Yeah.
As of today, and that text that happened last night, I feel like lighter because I could
really?
sense it happening.
Yeah.
And wondering if I was going to get questioned by going out with the teacher tonight because we have plans. And like, I was already worried that I was going to get asked about it and it was going to be like a thing. And it's like, this is what I've been doing the entire time I had known this person.
Yeah.
So why did it change?
Well, like Allie said, sometimes it can strengthen a relationship. There may be things that maybe start bugging me a little bit about Alejandra and I relationship. And then when I go out with somebody else, sometimes I come back and go, I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Because that person was an absolute disaster. And I really appreciate that you're punctual and that you have a sense of humor and all this because the other person was so easily offended and they were 20 minutes late. Right? So it can actually make you really appreciate the small things about your partner. I just enjoy it. I enjoy meeting people and I enjoy talking about different subjects. I told her there was this one girl that I went out with 3 or 4 times. We never had sex or anything. I met her on Seeking and we had like some of the greatest conversations about subjects that Alejandra really doesn't know much about or is even wants to care to talk about. And she's like, well, what's attracting you to that girl? Why would you want to see her again if you're not like really sexually attracted to her? She was pretty and everything, but I just never really wanted to feel like I wanted to put her in bed, right? But I so enjoyed the conversations. And they were deep, and they were, a lot of stuff about astrology and, the universes and our thoughts on the afterlife and what we think is going on all kinds of different subjects, right? So I do miss that part. I haven't seen that girl since like probably 3 or 4 months ago. But Alejandra asked me the other day if there was somebody is there somebody that you miss? Because I really haven't gone out much lately. Is there somebody that you'd really like to see? And I told her, yeah, I'd love to see this one. And we kind of got into discussion. But the nice thing is she understood it because I allow her to go out with other guys. So she understands the whole dynamic of it.
I think a lot of the girls that go to the parties, these pro sugar babies is what I kind of think of them as, have this ability to make you feel like you're very important when you're talking with them. I don't know, some people are just gifted with it, or they work on it. It can also be learned how to really try and listen to somebody and make them feel like they're very important. Anyway, I just think that that's also a good trait to have as a sugar baby, and they're gonna make you want to see them again.
Yeah. So you guys want to hear something really crazy going on in my
have been wiggling
situation?
in my seat.
It looks like she has to pee, but I guess
No,
that
I've
was
just
different.
been so excited.
Yeah.
Okay. No, this is a doozy. All right. So you guys know I'm considered wealthy by many. I talk about this a lot. Others, I'm pocket change. I've got a lot of real estate. I've got Airbnbs. I've got rentals. We do fix and flips. I do okay. Alejandra gets her allowance every week. She's happy. But I still have to work and I still have to generate income. Well, years ago when I had Madison as my sugar baby, I was still paying my ex-wife off, and she said, hey, if you rent out one of your rooms on Airbnb, I could probably pay off your wife. And I started adding it up. And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So I did, and it was a pretty good experience. It was decent, and I didn't get too many strange people. Now, I've got lots of crazy stories, but for the most part, it's worked out pretty well. And some people are like, oh, I can't believe you rent a room in your house. I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Well, it's not for everybody, but it works for me. So I've set up my house kind of like a little hotel, right? Because I got a couple bedrooms. They have their own locks. People can come and go. I've got dedicated numbers they can punch into the front door and everything. And so it works. Well, I started renting out another bedroom. So now I have 2 bedrooms on Airbnb, and I generate, believe it or not, like between $4,000 to $6,000 a month just renting out these 2 bedrooms, right? So I paid off my ex-wife, but I really enjoyed having that income. And so I continued doing it. Well, a few months ago, I told you guys on the show about the absolute worst first date I've ever had. It's a girl I met on Seeking. I actually picked her up down in south of town. She was at an Airbnb. She was from like Denver, and the night went horribly wrong. She's an alcoholic. She downed her drinks. About the time they served them, she'd down it and asked for another and asked for another. And I'm just like, what did I get myself into? And so anyway, after the little restaurant bar that we went to and we had some food, we went to a dive bar where she started coming on to me. I wasn't interested whatsoever. Started cursing me out. Ended up getting her an Uber home. She's cursing me the whole entire way. Gets in the car, throws out the window, throwing every curse word at me. I'm the most terrible guy she's ever met, blah, 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 right? She leaves, and I'm thinking, how can somebody be this insane? Like absolutely off her rocker, insane. Well, so yesterday I get a booking for one of my rooms. It's her name, from Colorado. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. She knocks on the door. Alejandra opens it. I'm in the kitchen. She walks in. I duck and go hide almost in my garage. Alejandra comes back and says, hey, your guest is here. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst first date I've ever had. She's like, what? I was like, that's the girl. She booked for a week. She's in my house.
Right now? Currently?
Right now as we speak. I've been hiding in my office.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
And she knows about the podcast because we talked about it. Oh my God. She hasn't recognized me yet.
Has she seen you?
Yeah, but basically from afar. Like I was just in the kitchen and she goes, hi, I'm Beth, blah, 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 whatever, right? So.
Did you lock your liquor cabinet?
I know. I told Alejandra, I said, she's an alcoholic. So anyway, she goes out by the pool because it was a really nice day yesterday. She goes, well, I'm just going to go out by the pool. I could hear her talking to Alejandra in the other room because Alejandra's in the main room studying for her boards, like her exams. And so they start having like a chat. And anyway, she goes out to the pool. She lays down, takes her top off. She's got these huge knockers. Of course, she's laying on her chest, so you can't really see them. But I'm just thinking, this is going to be a fucking nightmare. But I've been able to avoid her. So I told Alejandra, and so far it's been okay. Like nothing crazy has happened yet. But we have not had a face-to-face conversation. And Alejandra's like, I don't think she recognized you. I'm like,
maybe she doesn't remember.
But the problem is my yellow Hummer is in the garage. And I picked her up in that yellow Hummer. And that's a little bit of a
that's
special car that you don't forget, right? Oh, I cannot believe I'm in this situation. So I told Alejandra, I said, do you want to do a staycation this weekend? We can go to some resort in Scottsdale and stay for the weekend. That'll give me a little bit of time because now her and Amy, because Amy worked for me for a little bit longer. Amy got a new job, which is congratulations, Amy, my first co-host. She starts next week. But they keep coming in my office like, why are you hiding in here? Are you going to come out in the living room, say hi to your friend? They're having a good time with this whole thing.
Well, you're probably going to wait to release this podcast, right?
Oh my gosh.
That's hilarious.
Crazy. I don't think she listens to the show. I told her about the show and she was not the least bit interested in it.
Well, that's good.
But
Yeah, those
I can't
yellow
believe
cars,
there's
they'll get
5
ya.
fucking million people in Maricopa County and she has to stay at my Airbnb.
Right,
That
she's
is
not even from
crazy.
here. She's not even from here, Denver. Right?
Yeah, but she's lived here for like
Oh.
6 months or a year now or something.
my
And so
goodness.
she's been going from Airbnb to Airbnb. The one I picked her up at, she said that she had worked out a deal with the owner and she was cleaning it for him and stuff. And so she was like on a month-to-month basis, but I guess that ended. But she has good reviews. She has like 25-star reviews.
Maybe she just had a bad night.
Oh, you know what though?
It started off
It was
horrible,
really bad. Like I'm telling you, I've gone out, and I'm not. This no exaggeration. Probably between 250 to 300 first dates in 10
That's
years.
work.
In 10 years, yeah. I mean, but I mean, you gotta think that's 25 to 30 a year. That's not a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sounds kind of like your Vegas time, though. That one girl that went to Vegas, right? Where she got drunk.
Oh yeah.
You had that one.
Oh yeah. I've had that one too.
You're listening to Secrets of a Sugar Daddy.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.
Now back to the show with your host, Marcus.
I don't know. The men always seem to have more stories about crazy baby first dates than I haven't ever had a date with a guy. It doesn't seem to be reciprocal.
Yeah. I ask girls a lot of times, like, what's your craziest first date? And they're like, oh, they've all been pretty good,
It's because we're
Not too
intuitive and we can filter better.
Oh, see.
Well, maybe we're not thinking with our nether parts as
So
much.
I just, if you're on our Patreon, you'll see, I just posted a podcast I was on down in Australia. And, I can't remember the name of his show at this point, but it's posted on our Patreon and it's public, so you can go there and see it. But I was just on a podcast down there, and of course I admitted our dick has got us in places that it shouldn't have. And I did that a lot of times when I first started dating. And matter of fact, I probably still made a couple mistakes this year. You just let the little head do the thinking for the big head, and you kind of forego the 15 red flags that you're seeing. And you're like, oh, well, maybe it's not going to be so bad.
Just remember, as females, we do not pay to be on these sites. So, it can get everybody and every kind.
Yeah, so I've got that situation. We'll update you guys next week.
I can't wait.
She leaves on Wednesday. We record on Thursday, so I'll have a full update. She wanted to extend one more day. She asked me, and she wanted me to lower the price $20. I'm not going to do it. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to block that day off and just say it's booked already. Yeah. I mean, she paid full price. I mean, it was really good. She paid over $500 and something for her week stay, which annualizes out to, or amortizes out to, not amortizes.
Must be a good sugar baby.
So it's like $2,000 a month that she would be paying to stay there. But
well, if you ever feel low on crazy, shocking stories, you should just go say, "Hey, remember me?" See what happens.
No. I've got plenty. I don't need to add any more to the repertoire. I don't need any more in my catalog
The world
of
is
crazy
full
stories.
of a little bit of crazy.
Yeah. So, Paige, nothing crazy like that? You just where you just walk away going, what the fuck just happened?
Not since starting, the sugar lifestyle.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I went on some dates with guys that literally would never shut up. Like, I was just sitting there listening to them.
Big mistake, man. Don't do that.
Oh my goodness, I had one of those. He had cool stories, but I was like, afterwards I was thinking he couldn't pay me enough, and he was offering quite a bit to come to his house. I was just like, I don't think you actually want me. You just want someone who's good at being quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that from Alejandra and Amy and other girls. They'll tell me about their first dates or their second dates, and they're like, yeah, I never said 3 words during the whole day. The guy talked the whole time. Men, if you want to control the situation, you're the one asking the questions and listening, right? Girls are more attracted to men whose intentions are unclear or their feelings are unclear. And if you're just yapping, they kind of know where you're at.
Yeah.
Right?
So you're saying be a little more mysterious?
Yes, it's proven. It's scientifically proven.
If they act like they don't want to fuck me, the best
If they act what?
like they don't want to fuck me.
Yeah.
It's like probably the one thing that might make me horny.
Oh my goodness. Or if they just
Really?
wave a lot of money in front of your face, right?
Yeah, sure. But
Now-
that's more,
Now, Paige, didn't you tell us a story about some guy flew you out somewhere on a date, like on a private plane or something?
I know.
What
I had
was it?
some really great first experiences. It was a man that lived in Vegas, and he had a conference in Napa Valley over the weekend, a health conference that was really cool. I wish I could have actually sat in on the classes, but yeah, so it was just that weekend, and that was, maybe the third or week, or it was like I had just started doing this, and I replay some of it in my head, a little bit of ways that I could have maybe been different or whatever, but he ended up getting sick.
Yeah, that's right.
And so he was standoffish, so I wasn't as flirty and whatever, and at the end of it, he did also say that he had just broken up with somebody and was not really that open. He could have been lying. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but I think I'd be better now. I think I would have been a company now that I've done this for a little bit. And that hasn't happened again. I'd go on a private jet any day. That was a very cool
I'll tell you what,
experience.
you never know who you're going to network with. We talked a little bit about last week, Kimmy, my former co-host, and you guys have met her. She has now networked herself into being a multimillionaire. Matter of fact, I have off of a guy I was seeking during the Super Bowl, and I told her and the other girls, be ready. This is a big event. There's going to be all kinds of wealthy men in town. And this guy offered her $1,000 that night to come to a party, just to show up. So she's like, okay. And she was not doing anything. It was like a Saturday night or something. She shows up, guy gives her $1,000. Well, they started dating. The guy kind of had some ups and downs in his finances, but he just started a new crypto coin and let her in on the ground floor. She invested. I checked today. Little Miss Kimmy is worth $20 million.
Woo-wee.
This came from just a chance connection on Seeking that she didn't that she took part in. So you never know.
Not an endorsement of all cryptocurrencies. Just
No. And who knows? Now, here's the issue. She can't cash out, though, until a year because she's one of the founders or one of the founding investors. So we'll see what it's like in a year. But as of today on paper, Little Miss Kimmy is worth $20 million. And I'm very happy for her. She's 24 years old.
That's awesome.
Isn't that great? And this came from her at least putting herself out there to meet new people.
Yeah, I have to say, like, we know a lot of sugar babies, and this is like they work at like a job. And I have to say that I don't put as much time into it but I have a real day job. And I also would like to say, don't give up on your day jobs either when you're doing this, because I just got an offer for a new job and start next week, but I might be getting a counter from my current employer.
Oh.
So it's kind of also been keeping me busy.
Well, that's a nice position to be in.
It is.
Yeah. You got two nice options possibly. So, well, good. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Allie, this was a surprise. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah, I was just here to support a friend, and
I miss her.
Did you guys meet at Sugarpalooza then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We've met a few times and got to hang out a little bit more in this last one.
I love Allie.
Isn't that neat? The connections you can make.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Now,
my
Allie,
first time.
did you put in an application for this year?
I put in.
I mean, sorry, I looked at you.
looking at me.
I mean, Paige.
Yes, I did.
I know Allie can't come.
I did.
Yeah,
Aw.
I know.
Yeah.
I did for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to see you there then. Yeah. We'll send you the link so you can fill out the form. I know that you, from when we met you to now, you're much more confident. You're much more comfortable. Mm-hmm. It seems like.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel it, but I can certainly see it.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that this is
been
lifestyle.
it's been nice to
great.
watch it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a lot of fun at this next party. I'm telling you, we're having the mixer and the pre-party at Jay's new house that he just bought, and
So I can't get locked out.
no, you can't get locked out. Yeah, poor Paige. So what happened last time? We had a mixer at the country club, and I guess the gates were on a timer, and they forgot to adjust that. So the gates to the country club closed for a few minutes until we alerted one of the managers there, and then they went and opened them back up. She happened to be trying to drive in at that moment. The gates were locked. She's like, I guess I'm not going to go. And so you missed the mixer.
I did, and there were
Yeah, it
so
was
many cool
unfortunate.
pictures and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not mixing. A mixer
Well, we're not going to
ever
have
again.
that issue this time. But again, if you guys want to come, the applications are available at our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com, and just press the party tab. And and then we'd love to have you as a member of our Patreon. And what else? I think that's about it. Thank you,
Such
Paige,
a
for
great-
coming in.
Yeah, such a great group. I love
It is a good group. It really is. It's
Love
not.
the Patreon. Love it all.
I know the owner of the studio, Brian Howie, he's always teasing me. He's like, "When's your next swinger palooza?"
It's so funny. They
Yeah.
all think that they're just like a sex orgy. And it's like, no.
Yeah,
No,
it's not.
It's few and far between. Mm-mm.
Does sex happen occasionally?
Maybe.
I think there's some people that hook up. I don't know. It's their business. We don't
Right.
do, they do what they want to do, but that's not the focus of the party. But we've had a lot of great connections between sugar daddies, sugar babies, and sugar babies. I mean,
I
it's
just love the outfits.
the
I mean,
outfits. Yeah,
yeah.
those are good too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys want to share your crazy sugar dating stories, we'd love to hear them. See if you can top a few of mine. I'd love to hear those. But go to our website, secretsofasugardaddy.com. You can message us there, or you can get a hold of me on Instagram. That's a great spot to do it, or Patreon. We see all your messages, and we'll reply, and love to have you on the show if you want to be on the show. Okay, until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. If you'd like to connect or even be on the show, we'd love to hear from you at secretsofasugardaddy.com.
Avoiding your unfinished home projects because you're not sure where to start? Thumbtack knows homes, so you don't have to. Don't know the difference between matte paint finish and satin? Or what that clunking sound from your dryer is? With Thumbtack, you don't have to be a home pro. You just have to hire one. You can hire top-rated pros, see price estimates, and read reviews, all on the app. Download today.